What's up everyone, welcome to Director Discovery and I am Nicholas Clayton Lee. Today I'm going to be showing you a few pictures and talking about the camera and lenses that I was using on my trip to Hong Kong, Thailand, and Vancouver. Anyway, let's get into it. So recently I just went to Hong Kong, Thailand, and Vancouver. Hong Kong was because I haven't been back in 3 years and I really missed it. And the first week I landed, I was just like, damn, I miss Hong Kong so much. So yeah, I was so glad to be back. And then Thailand was because I really wanted to go on the trip with my boys. And we decided to go to Thailand because it's relatively cheap and a lot of nice places. And I wanted to visit Bangkok again. And I've never been to Phuket. So those are two places I've been to. I've made vlogs about those videos. So link below and also in this corner. And I also went to Vancouver because my family is there, my parents and my grandma, and she's getting kind of old, and it was Chinese New Year, and also it was her birthday. But main reason why I wanted to go back to Hong Kong other than visiting is because I haven't really gone back to take a lot of photos in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, I was always just doing it for fun, and this time I went back more professionally because I fell in love with photography the past 3 years or so, and then I got more serious about it, and then I learned more about the not just lighting, it's just angles in general. And yeah, I felt like I wanted to go back to take more pictures, and sadly I wasn't able to take as many as I liked because one, it's because this camera that I brought back, which is the Fujifilm X-H2S, I love it, but it is a little heavy. It's a very fast camera, and it can go 6.2K at 30 frames per second, which is, well, like, really good enough for me. I don't make anything above 4K now. But anyway, Hong Kong is, I think, my favorite city. I was born there, and I spent a good few years there, and just working there 6 years ago. Taking photos in Asia is so much more interesting because there's so many people and they're doing a lot of like things on the street where if you love street photography, I think Asia is a good place to go, especially like Japan and Hong Kong, because just like going to a market, as you guys can see, there's so many photos you can take. You can spend like a good day there just taking photos of market and then just seeing things that you don't really see all the time, especially in North America, which is something I love. Just like cutting meat in the street. It's just something I really love seeing. It's such an Asian thing. I want to travel more around Asia just to take more photos in general. I love street photography. It is my favorite style of photography because to me, getting that one moment, you can only see it, you can only capture it once in your life. Like you probably won't see it ever again, or other people won't see it ever again. So it's just that one moment, whether you or not you get it, it is just up to you. So I love that. And yeah, and this trusty camera came in hand because I was able to catch a lot of things. And I partnered with this lens which I really love, which is a Fuji XF23mm 1.4. So this Fujifilm X-H2S is an APS-C camera, so the sensor is not as big already, so I don't get as much light, so I need to get as much light as possible. So a 1.4 lens, even at night, it's really great. As you can see, actually a lot of my lenses are wrapped, and same as my camera. I just think it's a nice design. It's just different color, and yeah, I think it all matches really nicely. So another lens that I was surprised I used quite a bit was this 18 to 55mm f2.8 to f4. This is actually still pretty decent. I wanted to bring this because this is probably my widest range right now. It's the 18mm. There was one day where we spent going around Phuket, and I just didn't want to bring so many lenses because it was so heavy, and I figured it was just more like a scenery thing. So I wanted as wide as possible of a focal length, and then I decided I'll just bring this. And did I regret it that day? I kind of did, not having a sharper lens, but it was actually good enough for just say getting photos of my friends, which are couples, and then going around taking pictures of the James Bond Island with this, and it was actually surprisingly good. I was actually surprised. I actually used this quite a bit in Thailand, and yeah, the photos turned out pretty good. I was pretty happy with them. Not as sharp as I'd like, but I was still pretty happy with them. So the next one I used, it was this 56mm f1.2. This is a new one. really sharp. It's really fast now, whereas the old 56mm is not as sharp. This is larger. So I actually did not use this as much, but there were days where I actually forced myself, I'm gonna use this. So I brought it out with me regardless. There's this really nice dog photo which I took, which I have no idea. I cannot even recall why I took this or when I took this. And I love that photo, which is amazing. One of my favorite photos ever of a dog. And yeah, it was super clear because this is super sharp. I love this lens, but I just don't use it enough, which is really annoying to me. And I love how I wrapped it in red too. And red is like one of my favorite colors, so I really love that. And then another day, I actually spent a day just going to a place in Hong Kong where there were a lot of dogs, and I knew I wanted my largest lens, which is this one. This is the 50mm to 140mm f2.8. So this is a great lens, one of Fujifilm's sharpest lens, and I wrapped it in white because I was like, all those like Canon lenses are all like white or grayish. I was like, I'm gonna make it white so just to stand out a bit, and I love it. I love the design of it. This was my first thing that I wrapped to, so I really like this. This one I use it mainly because of like animals. Also didn't use it as much as I would like to in Asia. I didn't want to bring it with me because it is so heavy. But it is still a lovely lens. I love it. Taking animals is something I really love doing. This captures everything. It's really fast, and even after I push it to 140mm, I can still zoom in and crop and it still looks really nice. The only downside is that it's only an f2.8. So at night, I tend to still use this 23mm f1.4, and I was able to take one of all-time favorite photos at this Japanese restaurant in Mong Kok in Hong Kong, and I took it with this 23mm f1.4. This has become like one of my favorite lenses. I don't know, I just really love it. I think it is my favorite lens. It's my go-to lens right now. And then even when I went back to Vancouver for my grandmother's birthday, I helped her take a lot of photos of her birthday party, and I did use this camera a lot, the 23mm 1.4, and I was actually mainly focused on this with a flash on top. Another camera that I brought with me was this DJI Action 2 camera. So the sad thing about this is because it was recording certain videos really quickly, and then it would slow down back to like normal, and then it'd go back to like 4 or 5 times faster. So it was really weird. I was just looking back at the clip. I don't know if I even touched it. After that, I was just like, I need to get a new like smaller camera, action camera or something. So I'm looking into that. Yeah, talk about that after. Another thing I brought with me was my drone, the DJI Mini 3 Pro. I almost lost this drone because I was trying to get this footage of like the James Bond Island, which I really love that footage and it looks really nice. But I was stupid enough because I flew to the other side of the island where the rock was pretty much blocking the signal, so I almost lost the signal. I was so scared because this is a pretty expensive drone. I almost lost it again when I was hiking. I hiked up to Hong Kong, one of the mountains. I forgot what's it called. It was a really stupid experience. Anyway, we finally hiked up to that spot. I got the footage and I was like, oh shit, I don't know where my drone is because I flew it off so far. Me and drones, I still have that fear of losing the drone. I think it's always just like, what if it doesn't come back, or what if I just lose connection? And it did scare the hell out of me this trip. But I need to use it more so that it's worth it. But it's actually pretty cool, the footage you get. I'm still not really used to it yet. It's not smooth when I shoot something. It's very basic. I need to get used to it more. But yeah, it's actually pretty good. I still like the footage I got. Other than that, this is all the stuff I brought for these photos that I took. And yeah, I was actually pretty happy with it. But I was kind of sad that I didn't like have a smaller camera with me too. I brought my phone, obviously, took a few photos, but the quality is obviously not as nice as the camera, and I don't know, it's just, phone to me is, it doesn't get me in the mood as easy as a camera does. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys want to know more about my camera systems or what I use to take photo or how I take them, feel free to message me. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys like the photos, and if you'd like to follow me on my journey to discover more random products, places, and restaurants, then please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks, and I'll see you guys next time.